Okay, class. So for this next part, what we're going to do is we're going to use a field calculator to alter some of the values in our attribute table. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to Texas Combo. Remember, this is the one here that we joined. And we're going to go to Open Attribute Table. Okay? Up here, Table Options. And we're going to hit Add Field. Okay? Now, this field, we are going to name it difference. Okay, so we're going to look at the difference between the census and the USGS latitude and longitude. Okay, so let's make sure this is a double. So difference and double, and we're going to hit OK. Now let's go down here and see right here, it's created something that is difference right here. Okay, now let's do the same thing and do two new files. Let's make sure both of them are doubles, right? And let's do one of them is going to be called lat for latitude average, AVG. And we're going to hit OK. Now the next one here we're going to add this right here, add another field, and it's going to be similar, but it's going to be called long average. Okay, so we're going to start looking at the differences here between the census latitude and the census USGS latitude and longitude. So double here. So let's just make sure this worked. We have our difference, lat average, and long average. Okay, so from this here, what we're going to do is we're going to right-click on this field. And what comes up is a lot of different things we can do. This is kind of like an Excel, kind of like a not as powerful Excel, but still a very helpful version of Excel. So we're going to go to Field Calculator. Okay. And if you go to your lab document right here, there is a long formula right here. Okay. And it's going to be this right here. It's going to be, I'll copy it from here. You can copy it, or you can just paste it right in there. I'm going to just paste it right in there. Okay. So what this is right here is we are going to take the square root of XA minus XB, which is the longitude and latitude, squared, plus the latitude minus the other latitude squared. Okay. Okay, so we have this right here. Now what we're going to do is we're going to change these out. So we're going to change XA, right, to, let's do this as let's do the USGS first. Here's the USGS longitude. Okay, so just make sure that your formula stays okay. All these match up right, and the census longitude. So USGS longitude minus the census longitude squared, and then now we're going to do the latitude. Let's take out this Y here, and we're going to go to USGS latitude. So make sure you click that, minus the census latitude. Okay, let's take a look at this here and just make sure that these match up. It's kind of a pain in the butt to have to go back through it. So USGS longitude minus census longitude, USGS latitude minus census latitude. Okay, let's click that. Okay, and once that is calculated, what it's going to show are all these values right here, right? Okay. So a lot of these are really small. All this is doing is it's calculating the difference between those values, right? Between those places, how far off they are, right? Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to sort them descending right here. And let's right-click here and take a look at the statistics, okay? So most of them are pretty close, basically at 0, but there's a couple that have a larger difference, and we want to take those off. Okay, so let's do standard deviation here plus the mean of 5, and let's take up anything that is 0.5, right? So what I'm going to do is we go up here to Customize, Toolbars, and we go to your editor right here. Okay, so what this does is it's going to let you edit it kind of like you would in Excel, right? So what you have to do is you go to Editor, Start Editing, and we're going to do Texas Combo, continue. Okay, so right here, let's make sure. Okay, we've already started editing. So what we're going to do is we're going to take out all these values that are more than 0.5. And it starts right here, so let's go check where that is. That's going to put us at Oak Grove. Okay, so we're going to highlight these right here and hit delete. Okay. Okay, so once we've done that here, we are done editing. We're going to go to save the edits. Okay, so it's important. All those outliers are gone. None of those were all outliers, so we wanted to take those out. Okay, so we have this right here, right? Okay, and then the next thing we're going to do is we want to okay, look at the difference between the lat average, which is USGS latitude, and the census latitude. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to use this same field calculator. Let's take this off, right? Take this off, equals, and this time we're just going to add them together and then divide by 2. So we'll get the average difference between these. Okay, lat average, oh, sorry, not this here. So we're going to go to the census lat, and the order doesn't matter, plus the USGS lat divided by 2. Okay, let's see how that works. That's all good to go. It's going to calculate. Now let's see what happened there and what was wrong with that. Maybe there was a space right there. Okay, I think that was it. Okay, so we ran that again. We had some issues, tried a couple more things, and I actually deleted this file and then tried it again, and it worked. So sometimes these can be a little strange. One thing to do if you're having an issue is just to try doing it again. It sounds a little silly, but can often work. So what I did is I just did the same thing, census lat plus USGS lat divided by 2, and you get the average between them right here. Okay, so the average degree, this is the distance they're off, and this is the average degree. Okay, so what we're going to do now is do that same thing, but we're going to use the longitude average. Okay, so census longitude, USGS longitude, okay, divided by 2. Okay, so you got these right here, census, USGS longitude. Okay, and that works. So let's just double check these right here. But these look pretty good. You have your latitude and your longitude average. Okay, now the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to export this from the attribute table, and we're going to save this as a database file. Okay, so what I want to do is just make sure this is right, and I want to name this we're going to name this centers. Okay, so this is going to be the centers DBF right here. Okay, here we go. You ready? Save. Okay, so we save that. right up here, and you can see that the centers is set right here. And then what we're going to do is we are going to right click on the centers table, which is right here, and we're going to display XY data, and we're going to add the longitude average to the X field and the latitude average to this Y field right here. And the coordinate system, we're going to set the coordinate system. So we're going to go to Edit, Select, and then we're going to go to the Geographic Coordinate System, North America, right here, and Apply. Okay. Okay, so what this did is it saved this, okay. Okay, so here we go. We just wanted to double check right here, properties, right? We have the right coordinate system right there. Okay, that looks good. What you can see here about these points, right, is if we take these off, we now get those values, right? Okay, for the centers of inch, and we can zoom in on that too. Okay, but it's going to show us all these different values here, right? So you have your USGS places, you have your census places, and now you have what's in the middle, which is the centers of inch, which is the average in between them. Okay, so we're right here, and then what we're going to do is we are going to go to Centers Events, open the attribute table. In the attribute table, we are going to add one more field, okay? And this is going to be the difference radius field, okay? So we're going to go right here, add field, make sure that it's a double, and let's call it diffrad, okay? Diffrad. Okay, so let's make sure that I got there. Okay, diffrad is right there. And then what we're going to do here is we are going to go to field calculator, and we're going to take the difference right here and then divide that by 2. Okay? Okay, let's take a look at that one more time. That didn't seem like it went through. Okay, so we tried that again. That works. So now we have the diffrad value, which is going to be half of the difference right there. Okay, so it's going to be in between these two right here. Okay, so we're right here. And the next thing we are going to do is we're going to take all this information, we're going to make it that's a little bit easier to see. We want to see where the difference is the greatest in between these two. Okay. Now I'm running out of time on this lab, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue this part on lab 3, part 3.